Hi everybody, how you doing? Hi! Welcome. Give yourself a round of applause for being here. Woo-hoo! Yeah! Awesome. Thank you so much for coming out. This is the Sunday Comics. My name is Ian Gibbs. I will be your host today. We have a new venue here, so welcome to the new venue. This is a lovely, lovely place. We got a great lineup for you all today. We got a bunch of great stand-ups for you. Malcolm and I are going to be doing a little improv later on. Who here has seen improv before? You guys know improv? Oh my God, what a savvy crowd. I love this. Great, so we're going to use some of your suggestions and we're going to make stuff up on the spot. Not rehearsed like these guys. So that's going to be a lot of fun. All right, how are we feeling? You guys feeling good? Feeling good? All right, awesome. Thank you all so much for coming out, as we said. Hello, and welcome to This Just In. I'm Brock Hardplace.
And I'm damned if you do.
And this is This Just In on KGMO television. We have some really hot news for you today.
Hot off the press.
Hot off the press. Let's just get right to the headlines. Today, in the news, beef started over Taylor Swift's cats. Oh yes, I don't know if you've heard about this, but Taylor Swift has some beef about her cats.
I believe the beef was between the cats themselves, actually.
Yes, that's right. Yes, that's accurate. The cats were tabbies and calicos, and they just had a lot of disagreements.
Mainly political.
It was mainly political, yes. They did not want to be eaten. We have some other news.
They were concerned about the stories they were hearing.
Yeah, they were concerned for cats and dogs, really, all over the country.
Mainly the cats, though. Less concerned about the dogs, I think.
That's true. Taylor Swift on the rise again in the news.
Wow, this is actually very related to the previous story. Haitian cats and dogs eat former president. That's true. President Biden this week fell asleep in a dog park and was viciously consumed by several chihuahuas. Reportedly did not have much problem chowing down.
So you're saying that President Biden was eaten?
Yes, by several chihuahuas and a stray house cat.
That's very unfortunate. That's very unfortunate. But thoughts and prayers.
Thoughts and prayers.
Go
to President Biden and his family.
Go out to all of them. We've got another news story just off the press. Pigs attack city. I don't know if you heard about this, but there was a large group of feral pigs that attacked Indianapolis, Indiana. It turns out that the Indy 500 will not be run this year.
Except by pigs.
Except by pigs.
They will be running it. They have a centralized leader who's very into motorsports and decided this would be the city that would be first to be attacked by the pig coalition.
That's true. The pigs were also protesting bacon and pulled pork.
They preferred pork chops.
Yes, they were. That was their big protest. So, if you're going to Indianapolis, I would say
wear pink.
Wear pink, because that is the official color of the city now. I think we have one more story coming in.
Yes, this just in. No worries. Very good weather for the next decade. That's right. Put away that raincoat, stow away that umbrella, baby. It's all sunny skies for the next 10 years.
That's very true. Yes, the recent edition of the Farmer's Almanac just came out and said, weather's going to be pretty good.
Benjamin Franklin's ghost is still active, writing the Farmer's Almanac, and he predicted 10 years of clear skies.
Yeah, 10 years of clear skies. In fact, it's going to be such good weather, we are going to be really bored.
Mm-hmm. We're so bored. You're going to say, oh, this is awesome, but you're going to get tired of it. The days will turn into weeks, the weeks into years. And you'll wonder, what's the point of continuing living when it's always sunny out? Is every picnic good if it's always every day? We'll be right back.
This is This Just In. Our next performer coming to the stage She performs all over Boulder, Denver, Longmont. She produces a show at Gold Spot Brewing. She comes there about once a month. Please give it up for Erin Lewis.
Like the intro, all right. So guys, I'll try not to get too personal with my set because I just hate people who overshare without asking, you know? It's rude. Anyways, it was just something I was thinking about this morning while masturbating to the thought of Kate McKinnon as Weird Barbie. You know? Yeah, you guys too? Yeah. Now, I moved from California to Colorado, and I gotta say, the weather small talk is way more exciting here, okay? Talking about the weather in Southern California is like playing the guitar when you only know one chord, right? Everyone's like, beautiful day, huh? Yep. Should be a nice evening as well. But in Colorado, everyone here has a minor degree in meteorology. Nice day, huh? For now. But I checked the radar and there's a lower pressure system rolling in off the mountains. Oh, wait, this just in? Oh, yep. Greeley has confirmed that snow will be falling in approximately 2 minutes. Yeah, but nobody warned me about the high winds here, so when I descended into DIA for the first time, well, my IUD damn near fell out, guys. Whew. Tell ya. Yeah, but so we're getting into some colder weather, right? Time to break out the beanies and the flannels, also known as lesbian camo in Colorado. Yeah. No, but it basically just means that it's impossible to decipher between a hiking-loving hipster from just a plain old lesbian, right? At this point, I just assume you're gay, unless you come out to me as straight, okay? Just like talking with a woman at a bar, and I'm like, oh my God, you have a husband? Wow. You're so brave. Was it hard coming out to your family and friends as straight? Yeah, with straight couples, they have this pretty stereotypical checklist, you know, marriage, kids, resentment. And my wife and I, we used the lesbian checklist. So we got the Subaru, the matching outfits, the orgasms. And all we needed to complete the list was a dog. So my wife decided it was a good idea to get a puppy. And now we're getting a divorce. No, I'm just kidding. We're sticking it out for our dog son, Kevin. And the orgasms, okay. Speaking of vaginas, I don't know if you guys knew this, but a couple weeks ago was International Female Orgasm Day. Thank you. No, well, celebrations did happen around the world, just unfortunately only 30% of women came. Just a holiday that keeps getting missed, you know? Guys, I feel like I'm constantly having to come out as a 36-year-old adult. I'm an adult, damn it, not a kid, okay, all right. Man, I thought coming out as gay was hard, but trying to convince people that this is post-puberty and actually closer to menopause has been significantly tougher. All right, maybe one day I'll stop having to prove my age when I have a coming out party for my uterus, right? No, but seriously, the amount of times that I've been mistaken as a 14-year-old is alarming at this point. I think part of the problem is that I'm 5'3", so it's really not helping me that my wife is 5'11". Just gets real interesting when people try and figure out our relationship to each other. Let's just say that we got mother-daughter once, and it's not a good role-playing idea, guys. No. When we're done, I'm like, are you proud of me? So ridiculous. But then sometimes I have to check myself because I'm like, you know, maybe 14 isn't so far-fetched. I mean, the shirt that I'm wearing is from Oshkosh Bagosh. And you guys are like, whoa, I didn't know Oshkosh had a sexy adult collection. They don't. I am stuck in the adult kid algorithm vortex in Instagram. So now all my Instagram ads are like, get ready for the 8th grade in style. Yeah, but people always tell me, they're like, yeah, you do look pretty young, but you'll appreciate getting carded for alcohol when you're 40, you know? And I'm like, that's cool and all, but right now I'd appreciate just looking old enough to sit in the emergency exit row on an airplane. 15 years old, guys. 15 is the minimum age, all right? Now, to Southwest defense, I was wearing overalls and a rainbow baseball cap that day, so, you know, I'm not doing myself any favors here. No, but I've had quite a few life changes over the past few weeks. I got a new job. Yes, exciting stuff. I traveled abroad. And then my wife's mom and my mom are moving in together. Yeah, just keeps getting weirder, right? You know? So I'm just talking to them. I'm like, okay, so you guys are roommates now? Okay. I remember when I had a roommate, yeah. I've watched this movie before, all right? Meanwhile, my wife and I are over here just like inadvertently teaching our moms soft lesbian living, all right? So here we go. Just unconventional to the fullest, right? So I've noticed that a lot of queer comedians grew up Catholic. Guilty. Coming out to Catholic parents is like telling a Swiftie you're a Kanye fan. You know? They're like, how dare you not follow our Lord and Savior Taylor? You know, well, there were not enough Hail Marys to absolve me of my sin, right? But not to worry. My dad was recently diagnosed with dementia, so I'm straight again. Yeah. And then I'm like, you know, I think dementia is the most Catholic type of disease because your brain is automatically sweeping everything under the rug, you know? I'm a recovering Catholic, I can say this, all right? No, but also Catholics believe in conversion therapy, like so terrible, right? But I'm like, well, if we must have it, let's at least convert the lesbians who don't watch sports, am I right? How does that even compute? It makes no sense to me. But like, imagine what that therapy session would look like. It's like, now take this basketball. I want you to do 20 layups a day, and then journal on what happens to your lady bits when Caitlin Clark makes a three-pointer. I see you're already in Nike high tops, so we're off to a gay start here. But if there's one thing I want you to remember from this session, it's that the term lesbian is actually an acronym that stands for ladies who enjoy softball, basketball, ice hockey, arm wrestling, and NASCAR. Good thing I can spell. Oh man. Guys, I am known as being spontaneous, just as long as it's planned. I go through all the possible ways of how I can prepare for these scenarios. Like, for example, according to my wife, I'm a chronic overpacker for trips, and we recently took a trip to Seattle where it was supposed to rain for 5 days straight, so naturally, I pack my swimsuit. And she looks at me and she's like, you do know that we're going to Seattle, right? Like, you're not gonna need your swimsuit. I'm like, okay, we'll see. And damned if we didn't get invited to a last-minute hot tub boat cruise through Lake Washington. I'm like, have fun swimming in your rain jacket, okay? But guys, I'm so spontaneous that I'll spend my lunch on a Friday preparing hors d'oeuvres for a game night that I haven't been invited to yet. When that invite comes, I've got my plate of bacon-wrapped dates and side of goat cheese stuffed tomatoes just ready to party, all right? Oh gosh, my wife would say that I overdo pretty much everything, but she also doesn't suffer from OCD like I do. And on top of that, I'm also a germaphobe. And if you don't know the difference between the two, germaphobes clean to reduce germs, right? Whereas people with OCD clean so that God loves them. It's true. Guys, I love to clean. It brings me so much satisfaction. And my wife, well, she doesn't like to clean, but she has an important role to play in this. Now, by normal standards, my wife would be considered a clean freak, but in my eyes, she's a filthy little woman. Her messiness just gives me so many ways to fulfill that satisfaction. Like when she struts through the kitchen with her extra spicy nacho Doritos, just chomping every bite with her mouth open, just dropping a non-linear trail of crumbs that fall right into the bristles of my handheld vacuum. I love it. Or when she spills red wine on her pants, so she has to take them off so I can clean them. I'm like, did you do that just for me? Just making my naughty custodian fantasy come to life right before my eyes, right? And all she needs to say from here is, clean up on aisle vagina, and I will work overtime cleaning up that mess. All right, guys, you've been great. Give it up for your host, Ian.
Yes, keep it going for Erin Lewis. Erin Lewis, ladies and gentlemen. For this next piece to get us started, we need a suggestion of a state in the U.S. Any state in the U.S.
Louisiana.
Louisiana. Thank you very much. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Brock Hardplace, and I am on the street right here in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and we have a very special interview. Now, this lovely gentleman here, Ted Nicholson, has had a sighting. I mean, we've heard of Bigfoot sightings, that's one thing. But this gentleman has seen a centaur. There has been a centaur sighting in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Tell me, Ted, tell me about this centaur sighting you've had.
Am I on TV right now?
Yes, you are on KGMO television.
Shucks.
Okay, great, Ted. Why don't you tell me about this centaur sighting? Where did you see it, and what did it look like?
All right, well, she was beautiful. She had a long mane of golden locks, and I was in love.
You were in love with this centaur. Okay, can you explain for those who don't know what a centaur is exactly?
Half woman, half horse, all perfect.
Okay, Ted. Now, you live far, far out in the country. That's right, you live here on this farm. What do you think attracted this centaur to your farm?
Well, I like to think it was my sunny disposition, but I believe it was the hay feed that I had left out.
Oh, that's amazing. I mean, you've got horses here on your farm, so there was hay out. I did not know that centaurs ate hay. That's fascinating. And what was the moment, what was the exact moment that you saw this centaur in your farm?
She came to me like a golden angel over the hill, the sun in her eyes, the wind in her hair, and I knew then that I would marry her in this God's country on this green earth.
Okay, Ted, it doesn't seem like you were at all surprised that you saw a centaur, which has never been seen before on planet Earth as far as I know. Why is it that you're so sort of surprised by this situation?
Every night, she came to me in my dreams, speaking to me those golden words from her lips and those hooves.
And please, our listeners at home definitely want to know, what were those golden words?
She said to me, Ted Nicholson, would you make me the luckiest horse on this world? Would you ride with me through hills of sun and gold? And would you feel the wind on your back and mine?
Well, thank you, Ted. I am utterly disturbed by this entire interview.
She also does not wear a shirt because she is a centaur. That was a factor in my enamoration.
Thank you for that visual, because that also has disturbed me deeply.
There's only one place to hold on when you're riding a centaur. I'll let you fill the rest of the picture in your mind.
Thank you, Ted. Like all these news stories, our minds are blown. My name is Ted, what is my name? My name is Brock Hardplace, and this has been another exciting adventure on This Just In. Thank you so much, folks. We're going to do a quick 10-minute intermission, and we will be back with more comedy after this. Thank you so much once again for coming out to Bricks and seeing some Sunday morning comics. This is such a lovely venue. Glad you're all getting some food and drinks. It's great to support Longmont comedy because there's a lot going on. So great to have you back. We'll keep the show going. This next gentleman coming to the stage produces a show called Second Chance Comedy, which is it's a show about addiction and really helping people overcome addiction. 20% of those ticket sales go to an organization called Sobriety House. He's a really fun guy, Joe. He does a lot of stand-up around the area. Please give it up for Joe Huseman!
How's it going? Y'all having a good time? I'm having kind of a rough week this week. I got some sad news. Found out that I'm dating again. I was in a situationship for a while, which is an exclusive romantic arrangement with no commitment or structure, where you're both racing to see who finds someone better first. So yeah, just like a normal relationship without the guilt at the end. But yeah, so I'm playing around with the dating apps a little bit, and I find as time goes on, I'm getting more and more creative. Like the other day, I saw this profile, and I reached out to her. I said, "Hey, Melanie, I love your profile. Quick question for you. On a scale of severe daddy issues to won't have sex before marriage, how Christian are you?" She never did respond. I was the youngest of 6 kids growing up. And when that happens, your bedroom ends up looking like a Goodwill in a shitty neighborhood. Nah, I'm kidding. I didn't actually have a bedroom. What I had was a small converted dining area that had 2 doors on it, and it was a shortcut from the back of the house to the one bathroom we had. So there was a constant flow of traffic back and forth through my room. Made it really tough to masturbate. It was like playing Frogger on I-25. You're trying to synchronize your movement with the ever-flowing traffic, knowing one mistimed step would have dire consequences. The order of my siblings was 2 boys, then 3 girls, and then me. So most of my hand-me-downs came from my sisters. I hated wearing those dresses. But I did like the Wonder Woman pajamas. I liked those a lot, because the images on the shirt helped with the masturbation. Something else about being in a large family is with each child there's exponentially fewer photos taken. So whenever somebody asks to see a picture of me as a kid, I'm like, well, I can show you, but it's kind of hard to make out that it's me in the sonogram. My sisters, they all said I was spoiled, but I really think there's a fine line between being spoiled and being neglected. By the time I came along, my dad's like, Joe, there's plenty of dangerous power tools in the basement. Why don't you go down there and see what you can make while I stay up here and read the newspaper? So obviously I'm in therapy. I've been in therapy for a while. And it's working, which sucks. Because I really like being the victim. Yeah, I started going to therapy for validation issues, actually, And I've been doing it for a while, and I've made a lot of progress, and I think it's about time that my therapist recognizes how much I've done. Something I get told a lot is that I have an addictive personality, which is really just a nice way of saying that a lot of the shit that I like to do is self-destructive. Like I used to be a drug addict. I know, I look more like that guy that goes to PTA meetings to try to bully them into serving 2% instead of whole milk. I look like I'd start a local book club, but insist on reading only the classics because modern literature just doesn't have enough depth. I look like someone who has HOA mandates memorized. And I can spot a non-compliant paint job from a mile away. You were supposed to paint that lemon zest. It's clearly Dandelion Wish. Gonna have to report you. But yeah, for most of my 20s, I got into smoking crack. And if you don't know, smoking crack is basically smoking cocaine. In the 70s, they called it freebasing. In the 80s, they called it crack. So I fell for the rebranding. I mean, if they really wanted it to fail, they should have just called it New Coke. Fortunately, I never got into that Crystal Pepsi though, because that shit'll fuck you up. But nobody chooses addiction. It's not like you look at that first line of Coke and say, sweet, this is gonna screw up my whole life. It's not like you come to this fork in the road one day where one sign says, full life's potential. And you're like, what's down this way? Incarceration, insurmountable debt, extreme tooth decay? Yeah, I want those things. No, addiction is more like a kid on a big wheel at the top of a giant hill. It starts out like innocent fun, but then suddenly you're moving so fast that you can't stop or get off, and the only way that ride ends is after you run over everybody you love and smash into a police car. How it started for me was I liked going to parties, but alcohol didn't work on me like it did for other people. I skipped over the confident, funny part and went right from awkward weirdo to awkward weirdo that threw up on the dog. And that can really ruin a party. I mean, you know what a wet dog does, right? Shakes it off. Yeah, but then when I was 16, somebody gave me a line of Coke, and that changed everything. Suddenly I was funny, I was cool, and even the dog forgave me. But smoking crack was a whole new level. Those ads back in the 80s, they weren't lying. But I do think it's an untapped source of unlimited potential. If you want to see creative collaboration at its finest, just find a group of crack addicts that smoked their last hit and are trying to find more. NASA could show up right there and say, hey guys, there's an 8-ball on Mars, if you could get it, and they'd be like, maybe we could modify that old Ford Pinto in the barn. All we got to do is fill up the gas tank and get rear-ended. When I got off drugs, I got a job at a tech company. And that was a huge transition for me, but I struggled with a lot of the corporate lingo. Didn't understand what they were talking about. They'd say things in meetings like, circle back. And I'm like, is that when I drive around the block so I don't look suspicious in front of the dealer's house? Or that's baked in. Is that when I'm too high to go outside? Or you need to stay in your zone of genius. It's like, you want me to work while I'm high. That's where my best ideas come out. But the thing that really drove me crazy working in corporate America is anybody out here work like an HR, employee relations or anything? Like, yeah, the silly things, the corporate icebreakers they would do. I'm sorry, they're silly. Like things like 2 truths and a lie. Because I never knew what to say when it was my turn. It would come back to me and I'm like, well, let's see, I've got 3 DWIs. I had my car window shot out while driving in South Minneapolis, and I graduated high school at the top of my class. Yeah, that's right, that last one's the lie. I didn't graduate. I do have 3 DWIs. It's not something I'm proud of, but I did get sick of people asking me back in the day, Joe, how could you get a DWI? Because I was drunk. I mean, I assure you, I would never drive drunk sober. I wouldn't do it. I just wouldn't. But it's a pretty simple equation. It's like 2 drinks, I'm okay to drive. 4 drinks, I probably shouldn't drive. 10 drinks, give me my fucking keys. I want to go home right now. That's where I got into trouble. But people do a lot of dumb things when they're drunk. Like hitting on your best friend's mom. Dancing on a table at Olive Garden, choosing Bohemian Rhapsody for your karaoke song. People just laugh at you for those things. But something that bothers me more than anything else as an ex-crack addict is when people compare random things to crack. They'll say things like, oh, this caramel corn is like crack. Or these cookies are like crack. Like, yeah, I'm pretty sure you've never smoked crack before. So that ain't how that works. I mean, would you ever work a double shift to buy a box of Thin Mints? Have you ever considered stealing your parents' TV for some double stuffed Oreos? And I can guarantee you that nobody has ever sucked a dick for pecan sandies. I don't care how good your grandma's recipe is. But Samoa's, on the other hand, might consider that. Anyway, yeah, that's my time, but I did want to show you, I do produce a show called Second Chance Comedy. We have people that had a relationship with addiction. Either they were addicts or they grew up around addiction, and we have two main goals: to chip away at the stigma around addiction, because people shouldn't be ashamed of that, and also to raise money to help people. So we do have a show going on tonight in Boulder at the Dairy Arts. If you'd like to come check us out, there's people much funnier than me on the show. So you can find out more information on secondchancecomedy.com. Thank you so much for your time. Give it back up for Ian.
All right, keep it up, keep it going for Joe. I did Bohemian Rhapsody at karaoke once, and it went really bad. So, thanks for that reminder. Great, we're gonna get set up.
Welcome back to the morning show here on KGMO. I'm Dan Diffudo, and sitting next to me for a celebrity interview is Taylor Swift.
Hi.
So Taylor, you've recently forayed into politics. Can you tell me, why are you running for president this year?
Not this year. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying anything for realsies, but you know, it may happen. It may happen down the line. We'll see.
Well, you'll certainly have my daughter's vote.
Yeah, lots of daughters.
So, Taylor Swift, you have recently been in the media a lot with your relationship to football because of your boyfriend, Travis Kelce.
Trav.
A touching display of affection.
I I love the whole Kelce family. You'd be surprised at some of their traditions.
Please tell me them.
Oh yeah. Every Sunday dinner, right before dinner, they all get up and they lock arms like this and they go dinner, 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 do, break.
Wow. Is that their way of saying grace?
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
They call it football grace. And I'm actually writing a new song called Football Grace.
No, could we? And please feel free to say no, but could we hear some of that?
Of course you can, yeah.
In your beautiful voice, your beautiful soprano?
Yeah. I'll just sing a couple bars. I won't go too deep.
Don't, you know.
Because album drops December 5th.
So this exclusive on the morning show, KGMO, is Football Grace.
Yeah. Sunday night, we tee it up. Dinner's ready and we kick off. Dinner time is when we're gonna make a touchdown in the end zone. That's all I can do, right? That's all I can do right now.
I love how you're steering away from rhymes now. That's very cool, very avant-garde.
Yeah, I'm moving into the world of prose. I keep digging.
After Tortured Poet Society, huh?
Yeah. I was so tortured, I'm like, maybe I'm just gonna be a tortured prosician. I think that's
Wow.
Anyway.
You heard it here first, a new term coined, prosician.
Yeah. But it's gonna be amazing. The best thing is about my life is like everything. Because it's like when you have $1 billion, like, what can't you do? I mean, no one can get presents for me.
No one can get presents for you.
No, because I'm the woman who has everything. But seriously, it's not about me. It is about my fans. It's about my football family. It's about my new love of Trav.
Well, I mean, thank you so much for providing this insightful, commentary-filled interview. I think everyone here, I speak for everyone when I say we love you so much, so much, we love you.
I love you, Dan. Hey, Dan, I love you too.
Wow. We'll be right back.
I was was gonna do some references, but I could not name one one Taylor Swift song. I'm sure you all probably could have helped me with that. Anyway, next, coming up to the stage, we got a great gal. She is actually recording a comedy album this Wednesday with her group, the Firecracker Comedy. That's going to be in Denver. You can grab her if you want more information about coming to see that show. I think it's going to be really fun. She performs all over the area. Please give it up for Gabby Gutierrez-Reed.
Hello, what's up? This is my whole set. It's just a series of thrusts and forward movements. I'm excited to be here. I am Mexican. Encore! Yeah, Mexican. I love being Mexican, but my mom and we were standing outside of our hotel room one day, and a man walked up to us, and he was like, "Hey, if you could clean room 125 today, that would be great." I was like, "What? You motherfucker." I was getting so angry, I was ready to fight him. My mom was like, "Gabby, stay calm." And she looked at him and said, "Yeah, and we can take your car around back too." So we took his keys and stole his fucking car. Sold that catalytic converter right away. I know what to do. Fuck that guy. But to be fair, we were wearing cleaning uniforms and we did work at that hotel. Fuck that guy. I love my mom. She lives here and we hang out a lot. We go to karaoke on the weekends. And she's that person at karaoke that's always like, "Oh my god, like, I don't know if I know this song anymore. Like, I don't know if I know how to do it. Just like the one-winged dove sings a song, sounds like she's singing. Ooh, ooh. She just dismounts like a gymnast. Like, she knows what she's doing. And because of that, I like to mess with her. I like to change the words to songs when I sing karaoke with her. Like, the last time I did it, you might know this one. It goes like, "Making my way downtown, talking trash, eating ass at the hoedown." It's a family favorite. My mom loved it. She didn't even notice. You'll be singing it later too. I get a lot from my mom, including these weak shoulders that I have. I have weak shoulders. It sucks. It's like they're good for moping, but I can't like hold a bag up. I can't. Every time I try to hold a bag up, they're just like, it falls down. It always slides down. I have to wear fanny packs everywhere. Like, I just wish that I had some sharp, angular shoulders, okay? I just want some gargoyle wings just hanging off the side of my shoulders. Like, okay, a lot of you are not on board for this yet, but I know it sounds weird. A lot of people, they want a big ass or like fake titties. Like, I don't need that. Look at these things. What are you talking about? Look at these things. What? Look at them jiggling around. I always have to wear a bra. I get titty fucked all the time. I don't need that. I just want to look like I have shoulder pads on all the time. I just want to be a lawyer in the 80s, taking care of business, winning court cases, Erin Brockovich, just slaying. One day I'm going to be in the courthouse, swinging these things around. And someone's going to be like, "Careful, you're going to poke someone's eye out with those." And I'm going to be like, "Thank you. Now suck on them." Okay. Is this relatable shoulder material? Who relates to this? I am single. What? With that physicality you have showcased on this stage? What? That ability to move that fast? What? With that drop? What? With that drop? Okay. With that drop? Okay. With that, I have 20 more minutes of this. Help! These shorts are haunted. Help! I am single. single. I'm very recently single. And it's interesting the way my friends react when I tell them this, because I have friends that are single, friends in relationships, and all my single friends have been like, oh my God, no. Oh, we were together for so long, I thought you were gonna make it. I wanted something like that someday. And all my friends in relationships have been like, fuck yeah, bitch! Be a hoe, suck that dick, eat that pussy! I'm like, wow, I've realized that nobody's happy. I feel better now, we're all suffering. I am also bisexual, and I've always been bi, but not a lot of my friends know that. I don't talk about it that much. So I actually did a soft launch. Just a soft launch by slowly wearing more overalls and sweater vests. Just to let them know the company's going in a different direction. It's going in both directions. The net worth has doubled, so. All right, some business-minded people in the crowd. All right. All right, would anyone like to invest? That's why I say fuck me. Would anyone like to invest in me? How would you like to insert payment? Okay. All right, fuck it. You can tap it, hell yeah. I'm kind of far from you, but I usually try to high-five someone for that joke. And I tried to high-five this guy the other day, and his girlfriend just slowly intercepted. I was like, are we having a threesome? What's happening? Let's do this. I am getting out there. Sometimes I have sex. And I don't know, I used to be on birth control, but I stopped taking it because it was messing with my body. Like, if I missed a pill, I would have another period. So I'd miss a pill, have a period, have a second period, and after the third period, it just became an ellipsis. It's ridiculous. I was like, what happens next? Is there a God? How does it end? Like, I hate having my eggs fall out of me a week out of every month. But I feel like if a guy had semen falling out of his penis for a week, he'd just be like, whoa! Yeah! This is awesome! Everyone around him would be like, whoa, hey, watch it, buddy, put that thing away, what are you doing? All right, hell yeah, okay. All right. All right, we'll get less weird. Just kidding, it's gonna get weirder. Let's see. I'm thinking. I do want to talk about this picture. Has anyone seen this? It's a picture of a medieval woman flashing her vagina at the devil. Has anyone? Nobody has the same algorithm as me. Okay. It's exactly what I said it was. And in the medieval times, they believed that the vagina was so scary that it could vanquish the devil himself. Yeah. So a woman would literally be like, I have not shaved within a fortnight's time. The devil would be like, back to hell I shall go. No. No. That's what the devil sounds like. Just a damsel in distress. But I feel like we're underutilizing the vagina. You know, like I feel like I could be using this in my day-to-day life. Like when rent is due, I'm just like, bah! Take that, Lord of the land! Rent shall be vanquished forever! Somebody please try this for me. I don't want to get arrested again. I have been arrested. I did have a drinking problem. I haven't drank in like 5 years, and thank you to the one person that started the clap, because I was like, and? It's just being sober is really boring. It is really boring. Like, I don't pee anywhere I'm not supposed to anymore. I just pee right into the toilet, and most of the time I am sitting down, you know? Like, I would pee in a lot of places I wasn't supposed to, and like this one night, I was getting a ride home from this guy, and my friend was in the front seat, I was in the back seat, and like, he dropped my friend off first, and then we get to my apartment, and he starts like walking me to my door, but I'm like, no, please don't, and I totally fucked up a whole part of that joke. So I did pee in this man's car. I did pee in the back seat. And like he starts walking me to my door. I'm like, no. And then he keeps coming. I'm trying to get in, and he grabs my wrist. And then I pull it, and he pulls me harder towards him, and he puts my finger in his mouth. Yeah. I'm getting scared. I pull as hard as I can. I slam the door. I run up to my apartment. My adrenaline is pumping, and the first thing that came to my mind was, I'm so glad I peed in that guy's car. Fuck that guy. Another guy. Fuck that guy. Fuck that guy. Fuck that guy. Fuck that. Give it up for him. He's here today. Now, he never shows up. But thank you. That was so fun. Thank you so much. Give it up for your host.
Yeah, give it up for Gabby. Gabby. I think your shoulders look great, by the way. Connect with us on Instagram, Longmont Out Loud, and Facebook, Longmont Out Loud, LOL. Sign up for our newsletter on our website, longmontoutloud.com. Thanks you again to Bricks on Main and Miss Chrissy's Bistro. Give it up for them. Yeah. Give it up for Jessica and Amanda up at the front door. And once again, for all our comedians, Hannah, Gabby, Emily, Erin, Mike, and Malcolm. Give it up for them. So awesome stuff.